Today you stand tight, no tight, 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 tight. You see, people don't know the history of some people. After operating criminally and fraudulently for years.
Hello viewers, welcome to our channel, Agape TV, your favorite TV. It's my pleasure to have you here today. So in the episode of today's video, we're right here with Dr. Pastor Paul Eneneche and E.A. Adeboye. Now we'll be listening to Dr. Pastor Paul Eneneche, who vents out his anger on a certain man of God, calling him a fraudulent person. Should we say a certain man of God, or he was referring to Dr. Pastor Abel Damina? Because most people said he's actually referring to him, but we don't know yet because he wasn't specific about the person. So I will indulge you to listen to this video and hear what he has to say. Stay tuned. We'll be right back.
There was someone that everybody celebrated. This man is great. This man is doing great exploit. Next thing, he carried the person. This one is bad. Adeboye is bad. This one is bad. Everybody is bad. One tiny boy carries a Bible. The Bible that these people carried before he was born. Just be talking. The worst thing that can happen to you is to be alive and you have lost relevance. You are outdated in your lifetime. These people have had durable, consistent life of impact with notorious character. And here you are, a characterless entity. There are people we know today who are preaching against tithe. Who didn't, their own wasn't. That is church money straight. That we know. That we know. Somebody told me about one of these people went to Lagos to preach in a church. Told everybody to raise offering, sacrifice. They gave it. He carried all in his car. The driver taking him to the airport, he ran straight into the supermarket with the money he carried straight from where he raised the offering to buy it that has not been counted. Money of people that they brought as sacrifice on the altar, carried it as his own, that the sacrifice is for him. Went straight to the supermarket. He's buying things from it and left. Today you stand tight, no tight, 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 tight. You see, people don't know the history of some people. After operating criminally and fraudulently for years.
So family, this is the video that got people talking. Dr. Paul Eneneche never mentioned any name actually, but you know, people and their sentiments, saying he was calling out Abel Damina. But we'd love to hear from you. Who do you think he was referring to? You can drop your comment in the comment section. So moving right ahead, you know, I dislike it when men of God call out themselves this way. What does it show in the body of Christ? It doesn't show any example. And I'm more concerned about their members, because whatever they hear from their man of God, that is what they take home. So we'll also be listening to E.A. Adeboye as he says his own part. Kindly stay tuned.
Beware of every wind of doctrine. All manners of doctrines now going around to deceive, to recapture for the devil those whom God had already saved. Can you ever believe that a preacher can stand up on the pulpit and tell the congregation that the greatest problems in the Bible are Moses and Elijah? They said that people like me, who tells you to take heed? They said, we have not studied Paul. I studied Paul more than these people who begin to tell us. Because if I had studied Paul, I would have known that he's an apostle of grace, and therefore I wouldn't be talking what I'm talking. I studied Paul. And so I'm going to talk to you from what Paul, the one they claim as their source, from what Paul said. I won't even touch any other apostle. There are so many preachers now all over the world telling you that since you are saved by grace, which is true, that you can now do whatever you like, that you will still make it to heaven. So I want to talk to you tonight. Serious talk. Father to children. Because whether the devil likes it or not, because of what you are going to hear tonight and what you are going to do tonight, I will see you in heaven. I studied Paul because when I became born again, I studied certain characters in the Bible. One of the people I studied was Paul. Why? Number one, Paul was an academician. And I'm coming from the academic world. He has a PhD in law. There's a lot of relationship between law and mathematics. We deal in logic. I studied Paul because I wanted to become like him. And he is the one who said, 1 Corinthians chapter 9, verse 24 to 27. He says, you want to stay on the rock? Keep your body under subjection. That's what Paul says. You can't claim that you are born again and then continue to do whatever your flesh wants to do. No way. Oh, they tell me Jesus paid it all. I agree. But the same Apostle Paul said in Romans chapter 12 from verse 1 to 2, Romans 12, 1 to 2, he said you have to present your body a living sacrifice to God. You are now on the rock. No more rottenness. The same Apostle Paul warned us in Ephesians chapter 4 from verse 14 to 31. Please read it, write it down, read when you get home. Ephesians 4 from verse 14 to 31, he says, hey, beware of every wind of doctrine. All manners of doctrines now going around to deceive, to recapture for the devil those whom God had already saved. Can you ever believe that a preacher can stand up on the pulpit and tell the congregation that the greatest problems in the Bible are Moses and Elijah? Moses and Elijah, they were problematic. Oh, they were the only two people who came to talk to Jesus on the Mount of Transfiguration. You call those people problematic? It is Paul who said in Romans chapter 6 from verse 1 to 2, Romans 6, 1 to 2, he said, shall we continue in sin that grace may abound? What was the answer? Don't let anybody deceive you. Anybody who tells you that once you are born again, you can continue to lie, that it doesn't matter. You can continue to cheat, that it doesn't matter. That you can continue to fornicate, that it doesn't matter. It's an agent of the devil. Quote me.